Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Top Ranks Bob Arum says Manny Pacquiao will choose between Vasyl Lomachenko and Terence Bud Crawford if he gets past his next opponent in April. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Big shout out to ringtv.com. Link is in the description. Make sure you guys check it out. There's a write-up / interview they conducted with Top Ranks Bob Arum. He's talking about Pacquiao's next fight, which is supposed to be staged on the Terence Crawford moving up to welterweight fighting Jeff Horn card, which is now going to be in Vegas. It was initially rumored to be in Vegas, then they were going to move it to New York, then they decided against New York, like there was too many upcoming fights around that timepiece, and they didn't want to, you know what I mean? Kovalev's fighting in New York, and then the same night, Deontay Wilder's fighting Luis Ortiz, and just too much going on in New York, so they brought it back to the West Coast, the best coast. And this is what Bob Arum told ringtv.com. He says, I would like to see Pacquiao get a knockout. Yes, of course. But then that would build up his next fight in the fall. But again, you know he's a smaller guy fighting these welterweights, and he's certainly not as fast as he used to be. And so his knockout ability, I think, has diminished over time. Right? Then the interesting part, he says, they asked him, this is what it says, whomever grabs a chance. It says, but it could also be, this is what the article says, but it could also be Lomachenko one slot behind Crawford on that list who grabs the opportunity of a lifetime. Even at this juncture, Pacquiao still holds name value, and just sharing the ring with him would increase the visibility of the athlete. Whomever grabs the chance. Arum believes that it will absolutely, and absolutely is in quotes, be either Terence Crawford or Vasyl Lomachenko who fights Pacquiao in the fall. And he says that's going to be up to Mr. Pacquiao, Arum said. I'm going to be like Switzerland having both of these guys, but can make good money fighting Pacquiao, and I'm going to let Manny, assuming everything works out in April, make the decision. So a big, bold statement from Bob Arum. Actually, it's not even that bold because he's not the one fighting. So I want to give my thoughts on the situation. First of all, neither are bad fights. If Pacquiao gets past his next fight, which most people consider he will, with Mike Alvarado, who is the rumored opponent, I've heard this I heard like last year he was fighting Alvarado, and I told you guys that. And I don't know if it's officially been released from Top Rank. Like, I follow Top Rank on Instagram, and I don't remember them ever posting about it, like officially, even though it looks like that's the fight. I haven't heard anything official. I haven't seen any articles that say, hey, this is in fact who he's fighting. Boom. So that's just my take. Maybe if you guys can post the link to an article from a credible source where it says he is absolutely fighting Mike Alvarado, contracts are signed, it's on the Crawford Horn. I think that is going to be the case, but again, I just don't recall seeing an official post from Top Rank. That being said, most people think he'll get past Mike Alvarado, right? Mike Alvarado, boxing is a what have you done for me lately, and Mike Alvarado hasn't fought anyone near the caliber of Pacquiao anytime recently, right? So that'll be interesting if Pacquiao indeed fights Crawford or Lomachenko. My 2 cents, Terence Crawford, if he gets past Jeff Horn, he should be the man. For one, Pacquiao has fought at 147 for this stage of his career, so he's been at that weight, right? We know him at that weight. Bob Arum is saying that, oh, Pacquiao, he's not as fast, and it'd be good to see him get a knockout, but he's a small guy fighting these welterweights. I'm not trying to hear that. I don't know what happened to Pacquiao's knockout rate, but he was fighting big-ass Antonio Margarito, and he all but knocked him out. He damn near knocked his eye out of the socket. He dropped Shane Mosley hard, right? He beat up on guys who were like Oscar De La Hoya at welterweight. He beat up on Cotto basically at welterweight and stopped him. So to me, I don't know. That's a little bit fishy, but we'll leave that for another video. It's weird that Pacquiao's not getting the knockout since 2009. You know what I mean? Even styles that are tailor-made for his, right? But nonetheless, we'll see. Mike Alvarado has been stopped before. He has quit in multiple fights. So, you know what I mean? Maybe he can reinvent himself and put up a hell of a fight. I don't know. So I guess that lessens the blow a little bit, like, because most people, let's be honest, most people aren't really checking for Pacquiao, Mike Alvarado, expecting some greatness. Like, oh, I wasn't going to get Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn ESPN pay-per-view, but now that they added Pacquiao versus Mike Alvarado, count me in. You know what I'm saying? Most people who are going to buy the pay-per-view probably going to buy it for the main event and just for the entertainment value, but it's not specifically because Pacquiao's fighting Mike Alvarado. But I really think Terence Crawford deserves the opportunity. This has been a fight as long as I can remember, and the two names have been linked, and Terence Crawford never got his opportunity. Plus, you got a lot of bogus fans and a lot of casual fans who, despite Crawford immediately after De'Aaron Jean, that's a good origin of when the two people's names were linked, right? And he admitted, he said, I'm not chasing Pacquiao, but I'll fight him for sure. I would love that fight. You know what I'm saying? And he said it multiple times after that. And it was Team Pacquiao who constantly made different excuses and reasons why they need a tune-up or the fight won't sell or whatever the situation is. So I think Crawford has been in line longer than Vasyl Lomachenko for the Pacquiao fight. I do believe that. It's kind of like the scene in Beetlejuice at the end where Beetlejuice didn't want to, he had that long-ass ticket from that little red ticket machine where you wait in line, and Beetlejuice didn't want to wait for his long-ass number to get called, so he stole that voodoo doctor's ticket, and then the dude shrunk his head. That's the equivalent of what it would be if Lomachenko, you know what I mean, in 11 fights, and his name hasn't been linked to fight Pacquiao in the same conversations. Like, I'm talking about Max Kellerman's asking Terence Crawford post-fight after the De'Aaron Jean fight and other fights if he's down to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's a fight that they were building. Arum said he wants Manny Pacquiao to fight Terence Crawford. So again, it'd be like the last scene in Beetlejuice, if all of a sudden with 11 fights and a loss, Vasyl Lomachenko moves up. That's another thing. He's gonna move from 130, then move to 135, probably fight like, let's say, Ray Beltran, which is likely, and then move up to 140, a weight we haven't even seen Pacquiao at since Ricky Hatton or so. You know what I mean? So probably like 2009-ish. You know what I mean? I'd rather see if Crawford, like I said, gets past Jeff Horn, him get the opportunity. Or if Jeff Horn beats Crawford, then hell, that's a great win. He'll still be WBO champion, and then Pacquiao needs to rematch Jeff Horn. You know what I mean? I don't hate the Vasyl Lomachenko fight, but I think there should be an order of operations, and I think it's a bit foul if Lomachenko beats Pacquiao's old sparring partner Ray Beltran or something, and then automatically he gets that fight. Plus, again, that's a weight we haven't seen Pacquiao at in years. So Pacquiao, despite what Bob Arum saying, oh, he's fighting big guys and he's small, he's been fighting at welterweight, no problem. So he needs to continue fighting welterweights. And I think that should be the winner of Crawford versus Horn. But you know the politics, you know how boxing is. Freddie Roach has seemed, in my view, a lot more eager to fight against Vasyl Lomachenko. It seems like he likes his fighter's chances against Lomachenko a lot more than Crawford, because he sat in the opposite corner of Terence Crawford when Terence Crawford beat the brakes off of Victor Postal. So he knows firsthand what it's like to have a fighter go against Terence Crawford. And he was like, man, the guy was just too fast. And I was there. I was at the fight. I was at Crawford Postal fight, covered as media, and Freddie Roach was like, yeah, Terence Crawford, he's just too fucking fast. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, it's politics, it's business, so who knows? You know what I mean? And promoters say stuff, so we got to see how all this unfolds. Pacquiao's coming off a loss, so, you know what I mean? Hypothetically, it's not a give me that he absolutely beats Mike Alvarado. You know what I mean? Crawford Horn could end in a draw or some kind of controversy, which could screw up things. Lomachenko, you know what I mean? There's just too much that happened in boxing. But according to Bob Arum in this ringtv.com interview, which is, again, linked in the description, he's saying Pacquiao can choose, but it's going to be Crawford or Lomachenko. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.